Well, good morning, everyone. It is the morning of, I think, day 19. I'm sure you all forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it's day 19. The days kind of run together out here, and we kicked some serious ass yesterday. I'm telling you, Stephanie and her son Cole and I leaving Winding Stair Gap. We hoped to leave there at 8:30, 9 o'clock yesterday morning. Then we got notification of a controlled burn going on right there in that spot. And so if you watched my yesterday's video, you know that we didn't get started till almost 3 o'clock. I think it was 2:49, something like that. And we originally planned to go 11.2 miles. And even leaving at 3 o'clock, we got 11.2 miles. So I got to keep my eye behind me. I'm just leaving the shelter, and there's a bunch of youngsters up there that are going to be smoking by me here pretty soon. So I need to be aware and let them get by. Don't want to slow anybody down. We got to the shelter last night right at dark. I'm going to tell you right now, it's no fun trying to put up your tent, or in Stephanie and Cole's case, putting up their hammock in the dark. It was not fun. And what added to the not fun was that it was only 8 o'clock, and I mean, happily, everybody that was there, and there was a bunch of people there, everybody was there was already in their tent or in the shelter, going to sleep. So we had to be extra cautious not to wake them up or disturb them. And I think we managed to do that. But everything's a challenge. Trying to find a place to put my tent was not a lot of fun. The shelter and the campsite was on a hill, an extremely sloped hill. There were very, very, very few flat spots. The place where I put my tent was very distinctly downhill. So through the entire night, about every hour, I'd wake up, find myself at the bottom of my tent, and I'd have to find a way to scoop myself back up again. Eventually, I realized that one of my trekking poles I could use, which I do use to hold up my tent, I could kind of put my butt up against it, the side of it, and that kept me from sliding down too much. So, listen, in the end, it was all good. I got a decent night's sleep. I had to wake up 3 or 4 times, but got a decent night's sleep. I got at least 8 hours. So I was happy about that. I feel good this morning. My feet are a little sore. After the last, our last little stop at the Waya Bald Fire Tower, something like that, my feet were just, oh man. They were in pain. They were in pain. Woke up this morning. It took a few minutes to get my ankles loosened up and moving again, but it's all good. I got a little tenderness in the heels of my both of my feet, but I think that'll go away. The ground I'm on right now looks certainly a lot better than yesterday. There's some roots, but there's not the rocks yet. But one of the interesting things I found at the camp last night, I've made a few comments in the last few days about the way people are hanging their bear bags. Did they not read the same stuff I read? Bears are not 3 feet tall. Bears get big. They're bigger than me, much bigger than me. Twice as big as me, maybe bigger. But you cannot hang your bear bag 5 and 6 feet off the ground and expect that to be safe. I'm sorry, that's dumb. Your bear bag needs to be hung up in a tree. It needs to be, I don't know, some people tell me 10 feet. I'm looking 12 to 15 feet off the ground. 5 to 6 feet away from the trunk of the tree, 5 to 6 feet down from the limb. And You know, it's no wonder the bears are getting people's bear bags. Hell, they're putting it right up there for them to get. Here, Mr. Bear, have my food. I don't get it. I guess they're gonna have to learn the hard way. All right, looks like I'm getting ready to go up a little uphill, so well, it's not a little uphill. I'm going to stop for now and start to get into this day. So I'll talk to you here in a little bit. All right, I'm probably maybe not quite a mile away from where I camped last night. One thing that I do want to mention, you know, at this shelter last night, it was so different from a few nights ago when we had to deal with the unruly youth out here. I think I already mentioned that by the time we got to camp, everybody was, and this was 8 o'clock. I'm guessing everybody had a really rough, long day. I know we did. And everybody was either in the shelter or in their tent or getting ready to get in their tent to go to bed. And so we were certainly being extra quiet, and I think we did good. But I do want to mention something, because I'm real quick to mention the negatives out here. Sometimes I'm not so quick to mention the positives. While I was searching for a place to put my tent, and it was not easy, there were some bare spots, but man, I mean, there were most of the bare spots that were left. They were just so on a incline that there was just no way you were going to get any sleep. And I had a young man, just out of the blue, come up and ask me, "Hey, you looking for a tent spot?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "I think there's one right over there that's relatively flat." How cool is that? He did not have to do that. That's what I'm talking about out here. Those are the people I'm out here to spend time with. People that care about their fellow human being. Doesn't matter that I didn't know him. He didn't know me. I think I've seen him once or twice on the trail. And I know one thing. The next time I do see him, I'm going to give him a little fist bump and thank him for his kindness and his respect. And I want to say that is the majority of the people out here. Those people we met a few days ago at the shelter that were raising hell and causing all kinds of havoc, that's not the norm. It's not the norm. So, I got to tell you, man, I'm loving this experience. I've been out here going on close to 3 weeks now. And every day is a new experience, a new adventure, meeting new people, just seeing and doing things that I've dreamed about, I've read about, I've watched movies about, and now I'm living the experience. It's freaking awesome. And oh Lord, got a little bit of an uphill, and usually takes in the morning. It usually takes me, I don't know, a good 30 minutes to get my body warmed up and get all the joints properly lubricated. These young kids, man, they hop up, throw their crap in their bag, and they're gone. I want to be young again. The dream of every old person. But I'm holding my own. I've left a lot of young people in my dust. And a lot more young people have left me in their dust. But age-wise, I'm right there with all the other folks that are my age. I still have mad respect for my boy Butch, 75. And he's a day ahead of me now. So I took a 0 when he hit the trail, so he's at least a day ahead of me. At some point, he'll take a 0 and I'll catch up to him, but yeah, mad respect for that man. He's the oldest I've seen out here so far. As far as the ladies, you know, it's not polite to ask a lady's age, but if I was guessing, I would say the oldest lady I've seen out here so far is probably mid to upper 50s. And she's somewhere in the area. Bright Star. She's somewhere in the area. She's still hiking with Puffin. I know they were in Franklin yesterday, according to some other people that I talked to. But, yeah. Good stuff. Anyways, our intent today is 10.6 miles. Our plan is to get to a place called Wesser, W-S-S-E-R, Wesser Bald Shelter. And it's not going to be too bad. Here we go again. Don't anticipate, Gary. Looking at my map on far out and the elevation gain and loss, we've got one section that's probably going up about 1,200 feet in a 1.5 mile distance. That's going to kick my butt. But the rest of it seems a little easier than that. I won't say easy, but easier than that. And that's what we're going to shoot for. Listen, it's a beautiful day. Sun's high in the sky. It's probably about 9:30 now. You can see a mist hanging over the mountains and the valleys. You can see some bigger mountains in the distance on both sides. I mean, it's just, we're just surrounded. And there's nobody out here right now except me. It's quiet. It's peaceful. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Things are starting to green up. I see the buds on the trees. They're getting ready to spit out some leaves, which will block that little view that we have from walking these ridges. And all right, well, listen, that's the game plan. Let's see. It was a little chilly this morning when I got up. It was about 30 degrees. It's already warmed up to 41, so looks like it's going to be a decent day. I think it's supposed to get up to 65. I've got 3 layers on right now, but my first stop, I'll be taking off at least 1, if not 2. And all right, getting ready to do a little uphill, so I'll talk to you all in a bit. All right, so I'm probably a mile and a half into the trip, and I hope you guys can see this through the trees. That is just a spectacular view. Wow. That's, what else can you say? Just wow. All right, probably 2.5 miles from camp, cruising down the trail. Got a little downhill going on. It's just, yeah, it's pretty wild out here. This is what we got. And then I come around a corner and then boom. Just boom. Look at this. You know, every time I stop, I'm thinking, can it get any better than this? And it does. It just keeps getting better. Wow. I hope if you're not watching this on a bigger screen than your phone, you need to. And I hope that my videos are clear. This is just spectacular. I don't know any other way to describe it. You know, you see the stuff in pictures, you see this stuff in movies, you just, yeah. But it's nothing like being on this lonely mountain where I'm standing and looking out at this. It's just incredible. Wow. I don't know, but that might be the Smokies over yonder. I don't know. I guess we'll find out here in a few days when we get there. Yeah, maybe a week. But yeah, cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. All right, I'm about 5 miles in. It's just after 11 o'clock. Making good time, but yeah, that's about to change. My camera's level right here. This is where I'm going in the next hour. Yeah. Yeah, baby. That's up. That's a big climb. I think that's like 1,200 feet in the next hour that I'm going to be going up. So, yeah, I won't be talking to you on this trek. Definitely need my trekking poles. And for those of you who don't understand the use of trekking poles, I think most people probably do, but going on a steep uphill like this, if you just use your legs to carry all your weight, you're just going to be dead by the time you get to the top. So the trekking poles, you can use your arms to supplement the strength in your legs to get up these big hills, big mountains. Coming down, they act as a third and fourth set of legs for you, or a pair of legs, whatever, legs for you. And without trekking poles coming down some of these mountains, yeah, I'd already wiped out 50 times. So I love my trekking poles, and yeah, that's what we use them for. So when you see these young bucks out here without them, good on them. Yeah, it ain't going to be me. So, all right, I'll talk to you in a bit. All right, about 6 miles in for the day. Just finished my last big uphill of the day. Starting to come downhill, and look at this. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You know what? If that doesn't brighten your day instantly, there's something wrong with you. My God, that's just freaking beautiful. Yeah. Man, I could sit here forever. Beautiful, clear day. Little, I don't know if that's smoke or I don't know what that is, but it's probably a little bit of smoke from the controlled burns they're doing around the area, but it doesn't matter. Man, that's just beautiful. Just beautiful. All right, you get back on the trail here. That's what I just came down, and it gets a little bit easier, it appears. But looks like now that we've finished that mile and a half uphill, we've got about a mile and a half downhill. Okay, what goes up must come down. What goes down must come up. It works both ways out here. I'm going to tell you, man, it has been a fantastic day so far. Just getting up, feeling fairly refreshed. A little chilly, but it was good. Sitting down, talking to Stephanie for a few minutes, getting our game plan together. I got out ahead of them, probably, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to an hour ahead of them. But they'll catch me. Yeah, they'll catch me. But I've met some cool people already on the trail. A guy named Turtle from Eastern Tennessee. Used to be from Kentucky. And we had a good conversation. One of my rest breaks. And just recently I stopped for lunch. And for the second time in the last few days, I sat and had lunch with a young man named Flowers. He is a character, and I mean that in the most positive way that I can describe. I think his trail name says a bunch. And just a fine young man. I enjoyed sitting down and having some conversation with him over lunch. And today's the first time I had the opportunity to actually learn his name, or at least his trail name. And yeah, it was pleasant. The people you meet out here, I've said it earlier in this video, people you meet out here are just some pretty cool people, for the most part. You got your occasional asshole. But where I come from, the assholes are not occasional. They're everywhere. So this is a wonderful break for me to get out here where people have some sense, some morals, some values, ethics. Yeah, all that. But it's been a really good day so far. I called ahead, got some service, and called ahead to the next place where I'm going to spend the night indoors. And we're coming up on one of those iconic places here tomorrow afternoon called NOC. It's, I'm sure I'll mispronounce it, but the Nantahala Outdoor Center. It's really my kind of place because they do whitewater rafting and other events like that. And I won't be stopping for any whitewater rafting. I did check it out before I left just to see what kind of stuff they rafted on. Yeah, it's all little bitty stuff. Not that I mind getting on the little bitty rapids because they can be fun, but they're more for the families, the kids, class 2s, class 3s. I've been spoiled by the Gauley River and Ace Adventure in West Virginia. Those big class 5s in September and October. Yeehaw. That is my goal, to get through this trail before the second week in October, preferably the end of September, when I can go to Ace Adventure again, hang out with my buddies, Scotty O, Nick, so many of the guides there, just great people. Made so many friends there over the last few years, and can't wait to hit those big class 5s again. So, yeah, getting fired up just thinking about it. So, if it's anything anybody out there is ever interested in, Gauley River, Oak Hill, West Virginia, the month of September and the first 2 weeks in October, they open the dam. The water comes through there, 2,800 cubic feet per second or bigger. But all you need is 2,800. And you have some of the biggest, if not the biggest, class 5 rapids in the country. And they are, yeah, they are butt-puckering fun. That's all I can say. Every time I get to one of those class 5s, I just, I'm exhilarated. And if it's something you're interested in the first 3 videos I have on my channel here are the last 3 trips I took down that river, the Gauley River. And just to throw it out there, in the springtime, the New River Gorge is pretty awesome for some whitewater rafting. That's where I met a whole bunch of new friends last year, and I can't wait to see them again when I get up to Pennsylvania. So, anyways, yeah, great day so far. Called ahead, made my reservations. The lady at the desk, when I told her my real name, she said, "Oh, is this Papa Bear?" I said, "Yeah." So I'm not sure exactly how my name got that far ahead, but it did. And she was a delightful lady. Can't wait to meet her tomorrow. So anyways, I've yapped enough. I'm going to put this down and focus on hiking. Try to get some miles under my belt. See you in a bit. Almost 10 miles in. At the top of Westerbald. I think that's the name of it. Don't quote me. Don't know. Brain is tired. Everything's tired. I see smoke off in the distance. Probably another controlled burn. For all I know, that's where we came from the other day. When I get up here, all I see is mountains, mountains, and more mountains. And yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful. There's a haze over everything. And again, I'm not sure if that's smoke or not sure what it is. I know this is certainly the right time of the year to do controlled burns. The wind is almost nothing. Everything is moist to a certain degree. The leaves will burn quickly. And, but anyways, wow, there's some big mountains over there. Big mountains. There's an app I can put on my phone. I need to find out from Stephanie what it is. But you can just point it at a mountain. It'll tell you the name of the mountain. It's pretty cool. All right, listen, I got about half a mile to get to camp. I'm cruising today, so It's been tough a couple times. It's been easy a couple times, but another 10 miles down, so half a mile, and I can rest. All right, man. Talk to you later.